Hey there everybody, it's me, Mr. Grumpy, and you know, I have a feeling that this thing is zoomed up. Yeah, you're right, it is. Well, can you zoom it back? I mean, were you gonna have it that way the whole time? No, I know, I'm sorry. Alright, hey there guys, it's me, Mr. Grumpy, and as you can tell, I'm a little bit more fixed right now. Like, my arms look brand new right now, as you can see, and my face is a little bit more straight, and, you know, I was like falling to pieces there, man. Let me tell you something, alright? I was falling to pieces. So anyway, so this is where, so I just wanted to wish you guys a happy New Year's Eve, everybody, woohoo out there. And if you want to know something, I know this is going to sound very strange when I say this. I know a lot of you guys might not think this is important, but today, and today only, marks 2 years, 2 years, since Psycho Dad first used the word fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, about 2 years ago, if you watch Psycho Dad's Drunken Rant, sorry, you know, that was made on December 31st, 2015. And right now, it is the 2-year anniversary of that. And the reason I say that, not anniversary I would say, but it's been like 2 years since Psycho Dad used the word fuck, basically. That was his first time he used the F word, believe it or not. Now, there could have been other videos where he might have used it, but for the entire series, all the videos I saw, I've never heard Psycho Dad use the F word, and ever since that day, he's dropped the F-bomb many times, and I mean lots of times. And he's been using it more this year actually, than he has last year actually. You know, like from that day when he used the F word, like he might have used it in a lot of months, but he didn't use it every month. This year in 2017, like last year in 2016, I'm talking about, but this year, coming from like December 2016 to now, basically, guess what? Psycho Dad has actually used the F word for the entire year, basically, from like the beginning of this year to the end of this year, which is right now. So I just wanted to say that, just wanted to mention it, but that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm going to be doing is a review here, and I know I said that like the next video would be me actually seeing Jesse and it's still like a process. I'm still trying to find ways to get in contact with him. I tried to call his uncle and his aunt and all that, but they haven't picked up. And I actually did call one of them, you know, one of his aunts actually, but somebody else answered, and it's weird. But I'm still gonna see him. All right, I am still gonna see him. But anyways, I just don't know when I'm gonna see him. I don't think I'm gonna be able to see him, you know, this year. I'll be able to see him next year, which is just in January, after January 1st. But anyways, I'm basically gonna be doing top 3 moments of the Mcjuggernuggets family members getting injured. Let's just say, and let's just say all three of these family members are men. All 3 of them are men. This was during the Psycho series, and from this moment of time, these 3 people have gotten injured. From 2 brothers getting into a fight because one has stomped on his glasses, to a moment where the kid's uncle is basically, let's just say, not doing so well, as you can see right there. I know that's kind of stupid the way I said it, but anyways, I'm gonna count down the top three people in Mcjuggernuggets' family that got injured in different ways, obviously, and some of them, it gets a little bit bigger than the other. All right, and you'll find out. All right, and also, I'm going to say this now. This is not. I'm not trying to copy, you know, anybody. I'm not trying to copy your videos, Jesse. This is just for a review. I'm doing a review. I've seen other people do reviews in a video. I'm gonna put that in the description. Like, it's for fair use, you know, under the copyright law of 1976 and all that, you know. Let's just get on with this. All right, so person number 1 that got injured, you know, and was there, and when I mean these people got injured, like, it isn't just a little small injury. I should mention Jesse though as well, because, well, although he didn't get injured, although he did say he had like a brain injury, but, you know, there's no proof seeing that he actually got hurt, you know. So although like he might have gotten a mononucleosis, I want to choose people beside Jesse that got injured. And I mean, these were people that actually got physically hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, you know what? Let me just cut the bull. I know I'm talking a lot, you guys, but I want to make it as clear as possible as I can. All right, because I know you might say that I might have missed some people, but like, because these people got injured, like, you won't be seeing them the same. This number one person would definitely not be seen the same. This person was already quiet before he got injured. He was loud, but he was quiet. But without further ado, the number one person that got injured is Psycho Brother, or otherwise known as Jeffery T. Ridgway Jr. You know. Anyways, you want to know how he got injured? So it basically starts off with like Jesse, you know, like about to, and this is a same video from like the biggest Mcjuggernuggets fight moments. But anyways, this is. In this video here, you know, it starts off with Jesse kind of getting suspicious of what Korn and Jeffrey are up to, right? And then he finds out that his PS4 is like tied up like on a tree, and it's a trap, and Jeffrey like pulls him up and all that, and you know why he does that? You know why Jeffrey does that? It's because Jesse wanted him to give him a shout out, and he does reluctantly give him a shout out, and Jeffrey does let him down and is playing around with him a little bit, like you won't be just like fooling around, but. You know, the more stuff happens, you know, like, I think you've seen the part, you know, like, you know, Jeffrey keeps on harassing Jesse, keeps giving him a hard time, pushing him, and then eventually he smacks the glasses off of Jesse's face, right? And when he does do that, not only does he smack him off his face, he steps on them. He literally destroys them. Like, he just steps on them. Hence the term Psycho Brother stomps glasses, and you know what happens? That leaves Jesse getting so angry with Jesse, and he tackles him to the ground, right? He tackles him to the ground. Anyways, to make a long story short, you know, Jesse made a big, huge mistake doing that, you know, and so Korn decided to take over. And, you know, with Korn taking over, he was able to manage to run away, but then Jeffrey got him again. So you know what Jesse does? Here's what Jesse does that counts as somebody getting injured physically, because, well, this is something physical that he did. Watch this. Watch this. Oh my god.
Get the fuck off him! Holy shit. Korn.
Yeah, Korn, you alright, man? I'm surprised Korn's actually doing this for Jesse since, you know, again, like other video, like 2 videos ago, before this one, you know, Psycho Kid submerged his motorcycle, he was a complete dick to Korn. But anyways, so as you can see right there, Jesse literally knocked out Jeffrey, but it was only because, you know, like, you could tell that Korn wasn't going to be able to handle him any time longer, so Jesse didn't know what else to do, so he decides to do that. And let me tell you, this is pretty serious, because you know why? For a while, after, you know, Jesse did do that, here's how Jeffrey was after the injury. Here's how Jeffrey was, if I can find it. Here, let's just see. Security system. Alright, so here, let's see how he was.
That's in here, too.
Yeah.
Alright, let's just cut the ball. So, yeah, it's here somewhere. I know it is, but... Alright, so here he is. So everybody, you know, it was Psycho Dad's birthday at the time. And as you can see, Jeffrey's just there, just sort of watching, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not so, what's the one I'm looking for? Oh, you'll find out. Yeah.
Who's safety glasses? They got paint on them.
Oh, jeez. Here. Hold on. There's one part, you know, maybe I should have told us in the other video. Yeah, so, yeah, Jesse gave him a gift, and Jeffrey's just kind of, you notice how he just sort of stands there, right? Just sort of, like, out of it, sort of. Like, well, he might look normal, like, during this time, after he got knocked out with the bottle, like, yeah, sure, in the Psycho update of that video, like, Jeffrey was kind of getting, he was still loud, he was still yelling, but then, even after that, you know, like, Jeffrey was just quiet, and he's been quiet for a while. And I think this is the video where...
Hey there, Juggies. Show them how Korn...
Yeah, alright, yeah. Hold on. I'll find the part in a minute. I think it's where Psycho Dad says, "What the hell ails you?"
I gotta do with this.
See?
I gotta get a computer or a TV or something
Yeah.
to this shit up. Did you
And see, look at Jeffrey. You see him? See how quiet he is? I know, I'm sorry for dragging this out, you guys. I just want to prove to you how big this was, because, like, when Jesse did knock him out, like, you guys might not think it's a big deal, but, you know, again, like, you know, because he did that, you know, Jeffrey just hasn't been the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been quiet, and yeah, he's. Let me just show you.
It's the cameras.
Yeah, I know that, but Jesus, how many are there?
6 right now. Can you figure out at least where the electric's got to go for these things, and we got to put
Where
separate
did you get
power
that knife?
supplies?
Where did you get that knife from? I saw you.
I've had it a lot of years. A lot of years. You never know.
Hold on. I'm almost there, you guys.
You never know. Now look at, seriously, look at that stuff and see what you can come up with. Because I got to run electric lines.
That looks like that.
I got to figure.
To the computer.
That goes to a computer and a TV.
A computer. Why is all this happening? Why did you get that out of the camera system? I mean, did you even ask for this? I thought it would be something you would like.
Hold on.
What ails you anyway?
Nothing.
You're not acting the same. What ails you?
I'm fine.
Yeah, you're not acting fine. You're looking fine.
Yeah, you can tell that, you know, I just wanted to get to that part because, you know, I feel it was important because, like, you know, you notice that, you know, the dad was noticing that Jeffrey wasn't acting the same, and then eventually the dad finds out what really happened, and, well, stuff goes down. But now, you know, that you've seen, you know, a little bit more proof, you know, this isn't as serious, alright? Because the second person who had a pretty big injury is not Jeffrey Jr., but Jeffrey Sr., or, as you might know, Psycho Dad. See there? Psycho Dad Chuck's Super Nintendo. Yep, so, as you know right there, here, hold on, let me, so as you can see right there, you know, you can see that, you know, Mr. Ridgway Sr., or Jeffrey Ridgway Sr., or, you know, whatever, you know, he's there on the ground, and, well, let me just explain, you know, so basically this starts off with, like, you know, his dad, Jesse's dad, looking around the house, like, looking at the house, he says he likes it, and then he goes inside the house, expects it, kind of has some criticisms here and there, and then there does come a part where he does chuck the Super Nintendo, right? And then when he does that, you know, Jesse gets all mad at him, and they have a little bit of an argument. And so, you know, Jesse's like, help out, you know, like, and all that. I mean, he's going to tell his dad to help out when really Jesse never helps out either. Like, he just manipulates his friends, but I'm not going to go there. But anyways, so his dad does help out, right? And then there comes a part, you know, let me show you what I'm talking about. And then there comes a part where they're moving this thing, I forgot what you call that. They're moving this thing, and guess how, here's what happens, alright? So, I don't know if Corn pushed him down or what, but here's what happens. So they try to move this thing out, and we'll see what happens, and then we'll see his reaction as well.
Dad!
Hold on.
What the fuck?
You alright?
Is he alright? Does he look alright?
Dad? Are you good?
No, I'm not fucking good.
That's his reaction.
Hold on, I'm coming down. What the hell happened? Did he slip?
Oh, I don't know.
How the fuck did you do? Yeah, because nobody cleaned the fucking porch off.
Oh dear.
Jesus Christ. Here. Are you good? Are you good? Should I go get Aunt Jackie or something?
Something right.
Should I
Oh
go get Aunt
jeez.
Jackie?
Something ain't right.
Do you want me to go get Aunt Jackie?
It's kind of funny a little bit, but it's not really funny.
I'll go get him.
No.
I don't know. We could call somebody.
No.
Are you alright? Here.
Alright, yeah, so there you go. He's on the ground. Oh, yeah, and after that, you know, you think he would be fine. You know, he says that he's fine, you know, after that little injury he had there, although he wouldn't be, he was kind of like limping around there, you know, for a little bit, you know, and then, you know, eventually got to the point, you know, where they found out that he had a hernia, right? And so, but let me just show you what happens, alright? So, because, like, he's been with this for a while now, Jesse decides that it's time for him to go to the hospital, and his dad refuses to go, right? His dad refuses to go. Well, it backfired on Psycho Dad because he really started to get hurt, and so he decided himself that he should get the surgery. And, you know, at first, you know, like, this is a surgery video. Let me show you how Psycho Dad is, you know, at the beginning.
Yeah, I did. I just got.
Let me now.
Is that bad?
Yeah, it's bad. You said you'd go with me. Let's go.
Yeah, well, you didn't want to go last night.
I'm telling you, it's bad.
All right. Oh, well, I need.
Pass out. Let's go.
All right, I need to get my camera ready and stuff.
What do you need your camera for?
I'm gonna
See,
film
he
it.
sounds like, he doesn't sound that,
I'm gonna film you going to the emergency room or something. I don't know.
Now, come on. Put it down. Let's go.
No.
No.
I mean, people need to see this shit. Yeah, I'm driving. I know, I'm driving.
No, I'm driving.
No, you're not. I'm driving.
Alright, yeah, let's just cut the crap, alright. Yeah, so you can see that they're having a little argument over there about who's driving, and I think his dad eventually does drive. Like he does drive, right? So let me show you him in the hospital there before and after the surgery. So this is him in there before the surgery. And let's just see how he acts. Like he seems out of it.
I mean, if you die, you know.
Oh, come on. So you see he's a little bit quiet there, but if you think he was quiet there, like, look at him after the surgery. Well, I don't know if he got the surgery yet even, but still, look at him.
It's not, well, I'm freaking groggy because I got more pain medication. So right now it's enough. I'll be walking.
Alright, well, your clothes are right here.
Alright. Where's your mom at? You know?
Jeez, look at here, listen to him. Like, I know I shouldn't be feeling bad for Psycho Dad in a way, but...
She said she wasn't talking to me, so I don't know.
Yeah, but she should have been here.
She didn't respond, so I don't know.
She didn't even text or call you back.
No.
So, yeah, as you can see right there, you know, and you can tell that Mr. Ridgway really wanted his wife to be there for him, and she wasn't. So, yeah, the day that he got the surgery, you know, he wasn't the same, you know, like, I will not see him the same, you know, just because of that incident. Like, even though he did fall down and was better then, like, when he got the surgery, he completely turned into a different person until, like, weeks later, he started acting like his old self again. And to this day, you know, I you know, with all the energy that he has out now, like, even seeing the video Psycho Dad versus Angry Grandpa, like, you know, just seeing him do that, you know, though he wasn't too physical, you know, like, he wasn't moving around like Angry Grandpa was in that video. You could tell that he wasn't, like, pointing fingers or, you know, putting his hands on Angry Grandpa or anything like that. You know, he was just mostly destroying stuff. But anyways, yeah, but still, like, just looking at this, you know, even now, sometimes I forget that he had the surgery. You know, like, I see some of the videos now, like, you know, some of, you know, Jesse's 2017 series right now. You know, it's hard for me to see Mr. Ridgway. Sometimes I even forget that he had this surgery, and now that I see it, you know, it's crazy, you know, how he has all this energy, even over a year, almost 2 years now, that he had the surgery. But if you think this is big, no. If you think this is big, let me show you one more video. Let me show you one more person that got really badly injured. So, one more person. The third final person that got injured really badly, worse than Jeffrey Sr. and worse than Jeffrey Jr. is Uncle Larry, or Psycho Uncle, as he's called in the video. So, basically, let me try to think. So, basically, in this video, you know, Corin points at the Dema thing, you know, which I think it's weird, you know, and they basically have a little talk, and then Jesse gets an unexpected phone call from Uncle Larry, and, you know, Uncle Larry's like, "Well, let me in the house," you know, and, you know, Jesse's like, "I don't know, my dad wouldn't approve of it," and then Uncle Larry just, you know, somehow, he convinces him that he needs to come in the house so he can settle things, you know what I'm saying? So, when he does let Uncle Larry in the house, let me show you what happens, alright? Here, I think I went a little bit too far. Alright, let me show you what happens. Oh my, what the hell? Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? Alright, just one thing I wanted to point out, you know, so, you know that in Psycho Dad Chuck's, hold on, you know that in Psycho Dad Chuck's Super Nintendo, you know, you guys have probably saw the video yourselves, Jesse, in that video, was a little bit concerned about his dad, and so was Uncle Larry. Like, Uncle Larry was there, he helped him out, he helped Mr. Ridgway, like, get up in the house, and even, you know, helped him out getting the car back and all that. Like, they were helping Mr. Ridgway there. Like, Uncle Larry was helping Mr. Ridgway there. But then, like, when this happens, you know, let me show you what Psycho Dad's reaction was to this. You know, which I think you've already seen. But let me show you how Psycho Dad reacts to this. Like, I know it's something that Uncle Larry did to his property, but still.
Holy
There he comes.
Holy shit! Holy shit!
And he had his windows down too?
Larry! Larry, you alright?
Larry?
Holy shit! Fuck! 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 Oh.
Watch.
Fuck you two!
Help me! Dad, help!
Get that piece of shit out of my yard!
Dad, help! Be turned!
Wow.
Turn!
What a great friend you are, Mr. Ridgway. Now again, I know this is during... Let me tell you guys something, alright? I know that these injuries happened during the Psycho series, and it's not real, but, I mean, it looks pretty real, and it's still something that happened, you know what I'm saying? It's still something that happened. But anyways, let me get back to the subject of talking about Jesse helping him Uncle Larry. So yeah, Uncle Larry literally crashes his truck into the pool, right? He crashes his truck into the pool, and so Jesse tries his very hardest to get him out of the pool, and then what? I thought I heard something. Well, yeah, and then what? Psycho Dad just comes out and says, "Get that piece of shit out of my yard," and all that? Like, seriously, Uncle Larry helped you out when you got injured, and then to see this happen, you know, you couldn't help him out? Like, I know it destroyed your pool, but, you know, you kind of deserved it. You kind of deserved it. Alright, yeah, sorry for freezing so much, you guys. I'm just hearing so many noises, and, you know, I just get kind of suspicious, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, so basically, you know, Jesse tries his hardest to get, like, Uncle Larry in the car and all that, and then here's Uncle Larry, like, well, yeah, here's Uncle Larry, like, yeah, well, let me show you the part where, you know, Jesse takes him in the hospital, and let me show you how Uncle Larry is. Let me just show you. Like, he looks, like, he's talking a little bit louder, you know what I'm saying? Let me just show you.
No. Where you're going in, I don't care.
I'm not going to no fucking
You were like
hospital.
passed out for like 5 minutes. You're going in, come on. I'm glad you're talking. You're alright though.
No, I'm alright.
Alright, well we're still gonna go check you in, okay?
Yeah.
No, I'm alright.
I know you may feel alright, but you know, you're probably feeling all sorts of adrenaline and shit. Come on, please, get up. Come on, can you walk? Are you good? Do I need to have them come out to you?
I'm fine.
Do I need to have them? You don't look fine. You don't seem, you're not even walking straight. Come on, put your arm around me. We're gonna walk you in, okay?
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
I know, you're being stubborn. I get it. Just like when I want to open the gate. I can't
I'm fucking fine.
Okay, yeah, but we're still gonna check you in. That's what they're gonna
Leave
be
him
for,
alone.
Okay? I know you're stubborn old man, but we're gonna get you in, all right?
Stubborn old man.
Okay,
I
yeah.
can walk.
No,
Look, I don't need this. I can
you
walk.
don't know. The doctors will know, all right? We're gonna get you in. You saying you can walk by yourself?
I can walk by
All right,
myself.
well, we're still going in.
I don't want to go in.
We're still going in.
Like, he might, so he sounds like, you know, he sounds a little bit more energetic there, right? He sounds a little bit more, but let me show you another video called What I Couldn't Do, and let me show you. So you see, about like a few days of being in the hospital, well, maybe just one day, I don't know. After a while of being in the hospital, this is how he is. And this is what will make me not see Uncle Larry the same. Let me just show you.
When you told me that your dad was out by the pool, I wanted to kill him.
Whoa.
I think he deserves to die.
Alright, yeah. So I basically wanted to show you, like, he was really messed up there. Like, you know, had that car thing on his neck, you know, like, he couldn't do anything. He couldn't do anything. You know, he was just all quiet, you know. So the reason I do this video is, you know, like, it might not seem that important to some of you guys, but, you know, I think it's pretty important. Like, these are big, like, sort of YouTube celebrities from, like, the same person, you know what I'm saying? And, what am I trying to say? Crap. So, I'm sorry, I just lose my train of thought, you know, and what I'm trying to say is, you know, like, you know, they might have got injured, right? You know, like, and I mean physically injured. Like, Jeffrey got physically injured, you know, by Jesse hitting him over the head with a bottle. And then Psycho Dad gets injured when they try to carry that, you know, thing out, and then he falls down. Right? And then he had to get surgery, which led him to be quiet. And by the way, you know, when Jeffrey got hit in the head with a bottle, you know, he wasn't the same. Like, even when they did their Psycho update, which was still the same day, like, Jeffrey was loud then, but then after that, you know, he was completely silent for a while. Like, he was completely silent. And even when he started speaking up more, he just wasn't the same. You know what I'm saying? And now, you know, I you know, it's still kind of unbelievable a little bit, but I can believe it a little bit more, but still, you know, But then Psycho Dad, you know, like falling down, like he really hurt himself, you know, and you know a few days after that, you know, they decided to give him the surgery, and you could tell like he was really quiet there, like you know he could barely yell, and you know he's been quiet for a while as well, but we haven't completely seen him because Jesse decided to move out, you know. But then he comes back, and then Psycho Dad is good as new. Yeah, Psycho Dad is good as new, and then finally we get to Uncle Larry, who really completely injured himself by going into the pool, and then after that, you know, this is how he is, you know, in the bed, you know, and he was also quiet. So like these injuries were pretty big, you know, like they were pretty, like these people were pretty quiet, and this happened in Psycho videos as well. Like these were 3 Psycho videos as well. Psycho Uncle Impact's pool, Psycho Dad Chuck's Super Nintendo, and well, Psycho Brother Stomp's glasses. These were all Psycho videos that they got injured in. So that's also another ironic thing, but alright, well I'm sorry for this very long video, you guys. I didn't think this was going to take as long as it did, but alright, well that's just my top 3 people in the Mcjuggernuggets family that got injured pretty big. You know, like from like I said, Jesse smashing a bottle on Jeffrey's head to Uncle Larry literally crashing his truck into the pool. You know, like these people, like Jeffrey's injury might have not been big, but he was silent. Like, well, not silent, I would say, but he was quiet. He wasn't, like, yelling. He wasn't, you know, loud. He wasn't even happy. He was just very quiet. And when Jesse did try to talk, when he did talk, he would just talk to this very, very quiet voice, you know. And to this day, you know, I still think of that. And then, like, a few days after that, you know, like, yeah, he might have started yelling, you know, a couple, like, weeks after that because Jesse kind of gave him a hard time. But still, it's unbelievable. But anyways, I'm going to go now. It's just unbelievable how some people can get better very quickly, you know. And again, Jeffrey might have not got seriously injured, but he was very quiet. Right now, I'm going to go now. I'm sorry for this very long video again, and I hope this doesn't get copyrighted. You know, and if it does, then, well, there's going to be a problem. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit the like button, and I hope, hopefully I'll get the chance to see Jesse. I don't know. I have to get in contact with him somehow. I've been trying so hard. I even sent him letters asking if I could come over, because I really want to deal with him, you know? I really do. I want to see him. But just so I could deal with him, like, I don't know. It is what it is. I gotta go now. My throat's getting very dry right now. You know, because I've been talking so much, so you know, I'm just gonna go now. Hopefully, I'll be able to see Jesse soon, so you might not see videos from this channel for a little while, except for the New Year's video, but you know, like this video on New Year's Eve, and then on New Year's Day, you know, will be the fireworks video. I don't know if that's going to be out, if I record that, if I remember to bring this camera, but you know what, I'm going to stop now. I'm going to stop joking. 28 minutes. Alright. Keep it rigid, everybody. And I'll see you soon, Jesse. No, I will still see him, alright? It's going to happen. Keep it rigid.